Thank you for being here. I always hate to call everybody to order, because this is exactly what these forums are for people to talk with one another and share information, share contacts, and obviously you're here because you care about one particular topic. And so I hope that we can continue that discussion after you get a little bit more information from our panelists. But first off, I want to thank you for being here. Thanks for joining the Institute for Public Policy and Social Research at Michigan State University. The Institute is directed by Doug Roberts. Dr. Roberts is over here to the left, and he's a big supporter of these public forums. It's a totally open forum to the general public. So if you know people, if you see our topics and you know people who would be interested in that particular topic, please extend an invitation. It's about public education on policy-relevant issues. So I'm AnnMarie Schneider. I work with the Institute to highlight research being conducted on campus that relates to discussions happening in Michigan's local communities as well as our state capital, and really capitals around the nation, across the nation. Today's forum is the first of 4 in the IPPSR Spring Policy Forum series. And the topic and the title is Counterfeit Products, Bad for the Economy, Bad for Michigan. And this forum looks at a disturbing crime trend posing a serious threat to our safety and the well-being of our children, well-being of every individual, really. They're a threat to, or I would say counterfeit products are a threat to our economy, and they pose an unfair practice to businesses around the world, robbing them of, to date, an estimated $600 billion in global trade. So we're going to hear more about the approaches to uncovering and resolving this problem. If I can get my speakers to come up to the room. We'll hear from founding director of the Anti-Counterfeiting and Product Protection Program, or ACAP, Jeremy Wilson, and his colleagues. ACAP is the first and preeminent academic body focusing upon the complex global issues of anti-counterfeiting and product protection. It's grounded in the College of Social Science, and that allows, at MSU, that allows them to reach out across a broad spectrum of professionals to find the best practices for responding to counterfeit goods and product protection issues. So it's my pleasure to introduce the panel experts with us today in the order that they'll be speaking. And then following their presentations, we'll hold questions to the end, and then we'll open it up for discussion. So we're being filmed today so that we can put this on public television, public broadcasting stations, and that helps people who are not able to be here in this room know about the topic and become more aware of how we might approach it at their level in the community or at the state level and talking with their legislator. So the first person who'll be speaking today, I'd mentioned Jeremy Wilson. Jeremy, again, is the founder and director of the Anti-Counterfeiting and Product Protection Program. He's also the Associate Director for Research and Associate Professor in the School of Criminal Justice at Michigan State. Prior to joining MSU, Jeremy was a behavioral scientist at the RAND Corporation. And actually, I should be saying Dr. Wilson. Dr. Wilson was collaborated with police agencies, with communities, task force, and governments throughout the U.S. and the world on many of the most salient public safety problems. His research and commentary have also been featured more recently. Well, actually, it wasn't Jeremy, Dr. Wilson. It was John Spink who talked to WKAR, I believe. Yeah. But Dr. Wilson's voice has been heard around the world on this topic. His opinions have been viewed in professional journals and in various forms of national and international media. He has a master's degree in criminal justice from Indiana University and from public administration. He has a doctorate in public administration from Ohio State University. I always hesitate when I say Ohio State University with this crowd. It's okay. Following Dr. Wilson will be Dr. Spink, John Spink. He's an assistant professor and associate director of the Anti-Counterfeiting and Product Protection Program, or ACAP, with the School of Criminal Justice as well. He has been focused on product fraud since the Michigan State University started its National Food Safety and Toxicology Center, and also the School of Packaging began research in 2006. This work expanded to more of a behavioral sciences and criminology perspective and was eventually shifted from the School of Criminal Justice, or to the School of Criminal Justice, in 2009, where ACAP research evolved from an initiative to a program. So we're very happy to have you with us, John. John has about 15 years in corporate America addressing these kinds of safety issues. Our third speaker will be Justin Heinenen. Dr. Heinenen is an assistant professor as well with ACAP. They make a great team, and the proof will be in just a few minutes. You'll see how they connect. Dr. Heinenen is an assistant professor receiving his PhD in criminal justice from the University of Cincinnati in 2010 as well. So his current research focuses on product counterfeiting, obviously, public organizations, and environmental criminology. Before joining MSU, he was a crime analyst for Uptown Consortium Incorporated in Cincinnati, Ohio. And Mr. Burgess, Derrick Burgess, is a criminal investigator. He's a special agent with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. He investigates violations of customs and immigration laws, including smuggling, narcotics, terroristic-related crimes, child exploitation, financial crimes, illegal immigration, and customs fraud, including intellectual property rights violations. And somehow those all connect, right? Mr. Burgess has also worked on behalf of the U.S. Customs Service as a custom inspector. He also worked as a criminal investigator for the U.S. Small Business Administration and the U.S. Department of Labor. He has a BA in Public Affairs and Administration from Wayne State and his law degree from the Detroit College of Law. So I'm going to take a seat and hand it over to Dr. Wilson.